Hello everyone, my name is Loco, and welcome to another StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm Tame. Talking? It's very difficult. Game. There we go. Alright, welcome to a new Heart of the Swarm game. Sweet. I tried my first 6 words. Sort of failed already, but why would I restart it like a true professional? I'm also gonna check if my sound is on. Yep, turns out it is. Sweet. Alright, we're good to go. By the way, if you hear any kind of noise in the background right now, that will very well be rain. It's pouring right now, and you know, I tried actually figuring out like a time where it would be alright, but you might hear a little bit of rain in the background, but that's cool. Anyways, now we got all the formalities out of the way, let's actually talk about StarCraft 2 now, shall we? In this game, it is a game that I placed last night on the live stream. I go for a Gasless build order in a Zerg for Zerg. Let me actually open up the that tab right there as well. Now I've seen a couple of comments and a couple of questions by a couple of people. There's a lot of couples. That whenever you go for a Gasless build order, your third base is so late that if your opponent goes for a really quick third, you just sort of lose. And let me emphasize that a little bit. Let's say I have 2 base saturation, which I will have with a Gasless build order, and my opponent has a third base and he has like 6 drones mining over there. That, and in combination with the defender's advantage in Zerg vs Zerg, sort of beats any kind of standard Gasless build orders, right? Well, here's the thing. If I see that my opponent is gonna take a very quick third, I already assume the fact that I cannot cancel that third, right? If I open up Gasless, I'm not gonna have any Zergling speed. So, you know, I'm not gonna have any Zergling speed, period. So, you know, whenever I see the third base go down super early, I can't really do anything by that. So this is the thing with Gasless builds. Generally speaking, whenever your opponent takes a quick third and gets that bigger economy out earlier than you, even though you go for the +1/+1 road speed timing attack, it doesn't really matter all that much, because you simply will get outproduced. Let's say I have 40 drones mining and he has 50, well, I'm gonna lose. I'm basically falling behind every minute that goes by, right? Oh my god, the rain is going crazy, by the way. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear that. But anyways, so here's the thing. Whenever I scout that my opponent is gonna go for a quick third base, which will also happen in this game, by the way, I am gonna make a decision to sometimes go completely all in. I can try and macro against it as well, but at that point I already accept the knowledge that I'm very likely going to be behind. Simply because he has a bigger economy and I cannot produce as many roaches as he can in the middle part of the game. Now what I'm gonna do, and I will show you this very shortly, after scouting that he gets that quick third base up, what I'm gonna do is commit into one huge attack, sort of put all my eggs in one basket, and go for an all-in that will completely catch him off guard, hopefully. And that is the build that I've been playing recently, and honestly things have been going quite well. So right here he actually runs a couple of Zerglings into my main base, he scouts around, he's like, alright, there's no gas guys just taken, I can go for a quick third base. So right now I'm already starting to take a look at the minimap. I have this one overlord positioned close to his natural. That is actually a misplay right there by me. But I got this overlord positioned right next to his natural that will scout whether or not there is actually a drone moving towards his third. So I'm sort of trying to keep an eye out on that thing all the damn time, just to make sure that I know if he takes the third base. And I know this can be kind of tricky, but once you do, you can indeed go for this build. Now for that reason I'm shooting my own overlord. There we go, fix that. Right now I'm getting 2 more queens up, getting the standard Gasless build, and I am still sort of assuming that my opponent is playing super standard as well. So the Zerglings are running across the map. I'm still taking a look at that overlord of mine, and I'm like, oh shit, 3 queens are coming in. When will the drone move? And there we go, I see a slight little glimpse right there of the drone. Did you see that? I saw a slight little glimpse of the drone moving towards the third base, and at this point I have decided what I want to do, alright? So I know that my opponent is trying to get a bigger economy up than me, and I know that he is likely gonna be able to outproduce me in the middle part of the game, simply because he has a bigger eco, and he will be able to make more roaches. So I right now decide to go for a very quick roach warren right there, as well as Zergling speed. So instead of starting a lair with my first 100 gas, I decided to start Zergling speed and a roach warren. I'm still droning up until max saturation, which I've just now reached, and I'm trying to shoo away any overlords that I'm having. Now what I'm gonna do is make a couple of overlords, and once this roach warren finishes, I'm gonna try and squeeze out as many roaches as I possibly can. So I know for a fact he has a third. I know for a fact he's likely gonna drone it up. So I also know for a fact that he's likely not gonna expect me to move out. He is expecting me to go for the +1/+1 roach speed attack, which comes a couple of minutes later than this attack right here. So there my roach 1 finishes. I'm gonna start, boom, 8 roaches, and I'm gonna follow these roaches up with a lot of Zerglings. Now keep in mind, I actually misplayed this quite a bit. I mean, I have a slight supply block right here, which is bad. I am forced to make a baneling nest. I don't have enough larvae later on to really support this very well. So I made a misplay right here. I should have actually like either taken like a third gas guys or a macro hatchery, depending on what I really wanted to go for. If I wanted to go roach heavy or circling heavy. But right now I'm moving across the map with my queens, cleaning up the path to make sure that my opponent doesn't know I am moving out. So I am making a ton of units right now, and I'm running across the map. Now, if you take a look at the production tab right now, he is producing drones. Right now, he knows that I'm coming out, alright? He actually saw me move. But up until this point, he has only been making drones. And if you take a look at the income tab, this is the advantage that I'm talking about. I have 41 Harvesters, he has 52, or 51 rather, meaning that every second that goes by, I will lose more and more. So right here, I notice, alright, he's actually moving his drones from the third base. I am forced to go completely all in and just attack his natural. So I am reinforcing this army with a ton of Zerglings. As you can see, I'm already starting to pile up quite a lot of minerals. And keep in mind, this is pretty much completely all in. Yes, I'm getting the third base, but that's mostly because I fucked up my macro. And yes, I am, you know, dealing a lot of damage, but if I don't win right here, he has a really big chance of coming back. So he decides to attack move with the drones right here, meaning that I will be able to pick up quite a couple, as you can see, which will help me out. But once again, if I don't win, I will likely still lose because he already had a bigger amount of drones to begin with, and he still has that third base as well as +1/+1 upgrades going on. So I need to finish him up. So I'm sort of trying to set up a transition, but I'm just flooding in more and more Zerglings, and I'm trying to finish him off. So this is pretty much completely all in by me. Yes, there's a way of transitioning, but I will need to kill so many units if I want to make it worth my time. But it turns out to be very, very successful in this game, even though I macroed not as good as I really would want it to. Now, keep in mind, this isn't all in, so if you give this a try when your opponent is going for such a quick third base, please realize that you will likely, you know, if you don't manage to kill your opponent straight up, you will likely lose the game. Hopefully this helped out your Zerg versus Zerg. If it did, please hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, hit that sub button to be the first one to get a notification when I upload another video. I want to thank you guys all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!